Hey, this is how to make a 3D print. We're going to click up here and change it to what it is. And then step 1 is going to be to check all around for any gaps. Then we are going to highlight what you have and go to export. There's two choices. I can get everything in the design, or I can select just those shapes I highlighted. I want to select those shapes and get an STL file. So what just happened is we downloaded an STL file. This file, you can't do much with it, but you can turn it in on the form that's in Schoology. Here we are looking at folder 2, and we're going to submit STL files to print here. So when you get into that form, you're going to have to tell me what grade you're in, but then you're going to upload that file. Usually hitting this blue button and going to your recent folder is the best bet. Once you click submit on the form, you are going to be able to step away from your Chromebook, because the next step happens on the class computer. Take a look at the bottom of the screen here. We have Google Chrome is set aside on the class computer is for collecting just these STL files. You'll be at the very bottom, and you'll have to open the link kind of like this. You'll have to put the mouse over your link and then click it here. This will allow you to download it to the class computer. Now we have the file on that class computer, which is not a Chromebook. It's got a fancy program called Cura. Here's the file for Cura. We're going to go to Cura, and we're going to open it up. We're going to open your project in, there it is. Now this is way too big. I'm willing to print stuff larger if it's got lots of customization, but nothing can be printed this big. So we have to use the tools on the side. Here's the move tool. This will let you move whichever way. Here's the resize tool. And so we can scale this down. Once we've finished arranging our projects, and if it ever goes gray, that means you're off the side of the bed, and it has to be yellow like this. You need to click slice. What it's doing is it's giving you lots of little slices. It's going to take 211 layers to make this funky cactus thing that I have. So the first layer will look like this. Now that this is sliced, I need to put a SD card inside of the computer so I can save it to that removable disk. So right now this says save to disk. This is not going to be very helpful. What we need to do is get our little micro SD card, find a way through an adapter to get it into the computer, and now here it says save to removable disk. That's the disk we just put in. So save to removable disk. And we can hit eject. So now this is the file is on here that has this, and it's named right here. So as we walk over to a printer with our little chip, if the printer is off, meaning this light is off, here's the on button. And some printers, you put the chip right in there. And you click it in. In other printers, you might have to take a chip out, but you'll click that chip in right like this. Click to start the actual print, and there's this wheel down here at the bottom. You click it to select. You might have to go all the way down here to initialize SD card, or else it'll just say print from SD. Click, and you need to find your file name. So if we click on this one, now it's going to warm the bed up, and after that it's going to warm up the nozzle. And once those two things are hot, it should start printing. So here's what it looks like when it's finished. This might be stuck to the bed, so please do not just grab it and try to wrench it off. You can mess up the level of the bed. We can gently try to use our fingernail and try to get underneath it, but sometimes you just need to wait for me to be the person to take it off. The stuff that was printed around it, these are supports. They're meant to just break right off like this, and so then the print ends up here. A lot of times I will move the prints to the front of the room and we'll try to keep them safe. If you see a print on a 3D printer, please leave it alone. But that's most of the process. Good luck.